So today we are going to pull the turbo out of the Ford Capri, which is just down here, and we'll show you how to do it. So first of all, you need to jack up the car. We'll drain the cooling system by unscrewing this plug. Disconnect the battery. Then disconnect and remove the air intake hose. Remove upper radiator support brackets. Remove radiator hoses here, here, and down here. Disconnect thermo fan wiring. Then we remove the radiator carefully by wiggling it and maneuvering it. You will have to get underneath and move this hose here behind the lower radiator pipe. This hose, push it back around. Disconnect the air intake hose and also remove the boost line. Disconnect the hose from the turbo. And unplug the wiring switch. Remove the support bracket screw and also the other two screws on the heat shield. Then remove the heat shield. Be careful of the wire that will feed through that you've already disconnected. Move the two bolts holding the driver's side support brace, one here and this one here. Disconnect the three lower exhaust bolts, one here, here and here. But to do that, I've had to put two extensions to be able to undo it. Also, before you remove the exhaust with the three bolts we showed you, remove the lower turbo support bracket first. You should remove the three nuts back here. Remove this exhaust bracket bolt. Then use a big screwdriver to pry the lower exhaust away from the turbo. Then it's free from the turbo to remove the turbo. You already filming?
Yeah.
Remove the support bracket. Loosen all the exhaust manifold bolts except for this lower left hand side. Then remove all your bolts. Disconnect the oil drain hose from the bottom of the turbo here, and also your coolant line, this one here. Remove this bolt, undo this bracket and remove the lower turbo. Loosen and remove the oil feed line bolt from the block, which is this one here. Okay. Loosen this bolt here, the top one here, and remove the pin from your power steering bracket so you can move this and gain access to this bolt here. Now that it's loose, remove the belt from the power steering. Remove this tensioner bolt right out from the power steering. That way you can pull the power steering bolt up like this, and that'll give you access to that bolt in the corner there. Remove the last bolt from the power steering reservoir, which will then drop away and give access to the bolt. Remove this hose here, and also bend this bracket here away from the exhaust manifold that's attached to the hose. Loosen this bracket here, bolt, and also here and here if need be. You don't need to remove the bracket, but it needs to be able to pull forward enough to be able to release the exhaust manifold. Okay, once you get those bolts loose, then you can just remove the exhaust manifold with the turbo. Now, the biggest hassle of doing this is this bracket here. You need to remove this bolt and this one and loosen this bottom one here. You can remove all of them. The bracket needs to be pulled forward to be able to give enough clearance for the exhaust manifold to leave. But that's it. Have a look now. That's the turbo, the exhaust manifold out. It's taken about an hour and a half. Always use someone if you can to help. It makes a big difference.